basically we've been building a new AI from scratch that is far more, how to say, complex than anything we did before. And the goal is to make something that is quite believable. So when you encounter any situation in the game, you will be able to kind of go about it in a way that is more logical, in a kind of a common sense kind of way than the previous Hitman games. So the choice is more in how do you want to approach each single NPC and which kind of tools do you want to use. Do you want to be stealthy or do you want to use disguises? If you want to, how to say, go down the action road, we've added a lot more action mechanics this way around, focusing on the different weapons, the weapon mechanics, and the way that they feel and sound. What we have here on the show floor today with the King of Chinatown, it's a pretty small level from the game. It boils down to one Chinatown square in Chicago, and there's a target in the middle, and we task the player with take out the target. We have a few suggestions to how they could do it. There is a sniper rifle in an apartment nearby, there is some remote detonated explosives, there is the target's car that you can use as a distraction. There is some poison you can use to poison various items within the level. But ultimately we will not decide what the player should do. This is one checkpoint within the game, and larger levels are kind of divided into several checkpoints, but they're all having their own little kind of sub-goals and sub-tasks for the players to do. The other piece of code that we're showing off here at E3 is the Streets of Hope, which is basically one very large level, which is divided into two checkpoints, where the first checkpoint is taking place outside in the streets of the town, where there's 3 targets you have to take down. The second checkpoint of that level is kind of within the compound there's this kind of gang that's kind of running the town, and there's 2 targets and a kidnapping you have to kind of deal with in that checkpoint alone. So if this was probably any other Hitman game, these would be 2 separate levels, but the checkpoints enable us to kind of put them together to make one experience that kind of flows from one checkpoint to the next. We saw that our fans playing the old Hitman games like Blood Money, the accident kills was something that really stuck and became like a topic for them, and we're very happy to have that in Absolution and to kind of expand on that topic. And it's been a big challenge from the team to actually come up with the most inventive ways of making accidents within a game to kill someone. It is a pretty challenging kind of part of the game to develop, because it has to be something that is visually something you can understand and kind of relate to, and the actions that you do is something that has to have meaning within the game world. It's something that we're constantly kind of adding to the game. When we come up with a new idea, we see how easy would it be for us to implement this idea, and how can we actually explain to the player what they need to do to kind of go through these steps to make this happen. We wanted to make this a more personal story, because we felt that in the previous games you got your missions and there were always someone else that wanted someone killed, and you got your briefing and everything was prepared for you, and it didn't feel as engaging. So we're trying to make it more about 47 himself. He is given a task by Diana, and when he progressed through the game together with the player, the mission briefings are created on the spot as you come to the level, and you discover yourself elements within the level that will then give the next objective. The story is closer to the player than it's ever been before in a Hitman game, but without compromising the freedom that is within the level. An important part of the developing is to come up with these kind of iconic pictures of 47ing different outfits. You can dress up in a barber's outfit with kind of like a barber's knife and go in pretending to be the barber and take out your target in the chair while he's sitting waiting to get a shave. At the beginning of the project, we tried to make it a more serious game than the previous Hitman games, but it turned out pretty quickly that the team could not resist to put in these kind of comical elements, and I think it's because the subject matter of the game is so dark. I mean, you're a contract killer and you kill people for money.
Come on, Flash, you can shoot.
This kind of dark humor and these kind of, you can say, more kind of cartoony elements to the game, it kind of helps this kind of grim setting become more tolerable and more interesting and enjoyable.
Whoa, nice getup, man. Very disco.
Everybody on the team, they really want to make it the best game that they can, and we're very fortunate with the Hitman franchise to have a very strong, loyal fan base. They're also a very vocal fan base, and they have been pretty upset about many things they've seen from Absolution. And our hope is, of course, that now with the King of Chinatown and here, that everything that we show at E3, that will kind of take away some of their frustrations and probably make them more excited about the game. We believe that taking the choices that you had from the previous Hitman games and added kind of more modern mechanics on top of that is something that creates a better experience, and we're hoping that this game will have as much longevity as the previous Hitman games have had. Hitman Absolution will be out on November 20th for PS3, Xbox 360 and PC.